So journalist Abby Martin was supposed to speak at a university in Georgia, and in order to do so, she had to agree to not support BDS. And these are the kinds of laws that are popping up all around the U.S. The idea is, in the case of Houston, remember when there was the big flood in Houston? Apparently, you had to sign a pledge to not boycott Israel to get relief funding from the flood. So there's been, a plethora of anti-BDS laws popping up in various states all around the country. And there's been at least 2 or 3 cases over these laws. And in all of the cases, the pro-free speech side has won. In other words, the state governments can't make you not boycott Israel. That is clearly a crackdown on your freedom of speech. So Abby came out and said the following. Today I filed a major lawsuit against the state of Georgia to challenge their unconstitutional anti-BDS oath that blocked me from speaking. Please watch the press conference and interviews with my lawyers fighting to restore the First Amendment. Okay, so I'm not going to show you the press conference at the moment, but she's clearly telling us there that she's filed a major lawsuit, and she's done it with the help of CAIR. And shout out to my buddy Imran Siddiqui. He helped hook Abby up with these folks, and this is a very, very, very important lawsuit. And what I would say is, if you're somebody who cares about the issue of free speech and the First Amendment, as I do, everybody knows I refer to myself as a free speech absolutist, and that's a term that, is like maligned from many, corners of the political debate that we have today. But if you really believe in that, you should be all over this, because not only is this about the principle of freedom of speech, which it is, in this case, it's also about the legality of it. It's also about the law. That's not something you see. A lot of the free speech discourse online doesn't even focus on actual First Amendment case law. This is literally First Amendment case law. That's what this is. So we're setting a precedent here. These lawsuits set a precedent. Where if Abby loses, if the free speech side loses, you've just opened a door that is beyond scary, honestly, because now the state governments can just crack down on whatever points of view they don't like. That's unacceptable. That's totally unacceptable, and that is the definition of authoritarian. So guess what? A couple days after Abby files this lawsuit, and it's a big story, Netanyahu tweets. And what does he say? Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, whoever boycotts us will be boycotted. The UN Human Rights Council is a biased body that is devoid of influence. Not for nothing, I have already ordered the severing of ties with it. It was also not for nothing that the American administration has taken steps with us. In recent years, we have promoted laws in most U.S. states which determine that strong action is to be taken against whoever tries to boycott Israel. Wow. He's admitting it. He's saying, hey man, I'm talking to the government in the U.S., I'm talking to states around the U.S., and I am trying to get them to crack down on people who want to boycott Israel. So a foreign head of state is trying to take away the free speech rights of American citizens? No. Why are you allowed to go out there? You could go out there and say, I want to boycott, I don't know, fill in the blank with something that, the establishment likes. I want to boycott Cuba, Venezuela, whatever. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to come out there and say, I want to boycott Saudi Arabia. Everybody understands why you'd want to do that, but you can't say, I want to boycott Israel. When look at how they're treating Palestinians. They're not interested in peace. Look at the expansion of illegal settlements. Look at the degradation in Gaza right now. And you're not allowed to say, hey man, I don't like what's happening there, and I'm against Israel. I think we should boycott the illegal settlements. By the way, BDS is working in the occupied territories. There are a lot of businesses that left there. Why? Because they're like, my bottom line is being impacted because I'm being boycotted. So that's why there's this overreaction and this crackdown from the Israeli government, because they know, oh my God, BDS is working. So they go to where our strength is. Because what is BDS at its heart? It is, at its core, it is a non-violent way to resist against a clear violation of international law. That's what it is. Hey, you're violating international law, you're stealing land that's not yours, you're screwing Palestinians. Okay, what can we do to stop it? Well, let's boycott businesses. Let's boycott, divest, and sanction, and try our best to force them out of the occupied territories, and let's try to force a peace deal to happen. No, what they do is they strawman you as an anti-Semite, like you're a bigot because you want to stop wanton violations of international law and illegal settlements. You're a bigot, and I want to take away your free speech rights in the process. If you care about freedom of speech, you have to get involved in this issue. It is the front line of the free speech battle today. So I wish Abby Martin and CAIR all the luck in the world.